The big headline here, Salah, full test of Tinubu's Ide Kabir message to Nigeria. That full text is there. And then 2027, okay, let me take a look at that properly. Okay, 2027, PDP begs Peter Obi to return to party. And then Dangote Refinery, massive investment. According to Tinubu, Dangote Refinery is a massive investment, says Tinubu. Ide Kabir, Nigeria, or Naira rather, appreciates massively against dollar across official and, of course, black markets. Will revoke all land approvals on road setbacks. Tinubu warns Lagos government and others. We will revoke all land approvals on road setbacks. Tinubu warns Lagos government and others. All right, to some more headlines quickly, everyone. Let's see. Let's check up some of the headlines here now. As regards that particular story that I read this morning, well, I might want to just throw some more light to it, but not now. Not now. Let me just move on first. Let me move on quickly. Now, our refinery, Tinubu's brainchild, says Dangote. It's like in response to what Tinubu has said. Ide Kabir, Governor Sani urges Muslims to emulate spirit of giving, total submission to Allah. Tinubu calls Dangote, Otedola, Rabiu, Ovia, 4 wise men. Ide Kabir, Emir Sanusi bends to police warning, cancels celebration. Abia Assembly moves to approve free prenatal, postnatal services for pregnant women. Abia Assembly moves to approve free prenatal and postnatal services for pregnant women. And then Dangote Refinery, massive investment, according to Tinubu. 2027, Labour Party's presidential ticket won't be handed out lightly. Labour Party's presidential ticket won't be handed out lightly. And then to Benue State, verdict of appeal panel, act of political preservation, says APC. And then time to move. Akwa Ibom Governor Eno speaks on defecting from PDP to the APC. According to him, time to move. You may end in prison. NRM warns INEC boss Yakubu over failure to obey court order. You may end in prison. NRM warns INEC boss Yakubu over failure to obey court order. Tinubu risks losing 2027 election like Jonathan Northern Elders wants. And then Labour Party still for voiceless Nigerians, says Abure. All right, we'll check up some of the newspapers now. This time around, we move quickly to Punch now. Punch newspaper has several stories. I was bullied by boys for learning boxing in school, or Shoba is speaking here. To Anambra State now, INEC flags 31,690 unclaimed PVCs ahead voter registration. Kano APC backs Tinubu's second term bid. Trafficked Edo girl reunites with family after 5 years. U.S. shifting from aid to trade in Nigeria. All this, according to an ambassador. And as regards Salah, Tinubu promises economic rebound, urges prayers for soldiers. Trump's new bill may slash Nigeria's $21 billion remittance. And then, 2027, Tinubu Shetima ticket intact, says APC. 2027, Tinubu Shetima ticket intact, says the All Progressives Congress. Outside Nigeria, Russia hosts Nigeria in first ever meeting. Russia hosts Nigeria in first ever meeting as football. Anyway, Nigeria grandmother sacked by UK varsity over misplaced bracelet. Nigerian grandmother sacked by UK varsity over misplaced bracelet. And then, I'll touch rich tax defaulters. Heaven won't fall, says Nyesom Wike. I will touch rich tax defaulters. Heaven will not fall, says Nyesom Wike. And to some of the stories now, everyone, let's see political stories. National Assembly won't stop making laws to support Tinubu, says Barau. And as regards Salah, Ogun Rep donates 40 million naira to constituents. Anambra governorship poll campaign begins June the 11th, according to INEC. 2027 will be referendum on PDP's failure, says the People's Democratic Party. And we move quickly to Vanguard newspaper. Check your time, 7:11 a.m. Tribe, religion driving current government, says Amechi. Tribe and religion driving current government, says Amechi. And then Edel Kabir, Tinubu governors congratulate and send messages of hope. High cost of transportation, foods, dampen celebration. How much is it to Ibadan again, or to Kwara, and to Ondo, to Oshun? I just want to find out, everyone. Let me know when we get to that point. Reports of kidnap of 200 persons in Abuja Kaduna Road, fake, according to police. Businesses express confidence in macroeconomy, anticipates hiring more, says CBN. And then Tinubu, Atiku, governors, others mourn ex-OPEC president, Professor Jibril Aminu. May his soul rest in peace. Nigeria allocates 1% of pension assets to infrastructure development, AFC. And then economic activities expand and sixth consecutive month, according to CBN. 2 die of suspected diphtheria in Edo. Commission to track counterfeit goods digitally. Competition Commission, rather, to track counterfeit goods digitally. And then troops foil terrorist attacks on 2 communities in Borno and kills scores. Edel Kabiru, high cost of transportation, foods, dampen celebrations. On insecurity, we must control illicit arms to defeat terrorism, says Ribadu. To political headlines now, PDP begs Peter Obi, others to return to party. There is nothing wrong if Ubara joins APC. Ijo president speaks. APC to PDP to APC. 2027 will be a referendum on your failures. Okay. Outside Nigeria, just to touch on this one. Without me, you won't have lost the election. Or without me, you would. Without me, you would have lost the election. Elon Musk blasts Trump. Corey, don't start to. Okay, no untouchables in FCT, according to Wike. Not bold plan for 2027 unity or power grab. FBI arrests Nigerian tech queen, faces possible 20-year sentence. Pastor Tunde Bakare visits Tinubu. Okay, let me move now quickly, everyone, to The Nation. The Nation has got some more headlines this morning. Oyo reaffirms commitment to resilient cities. Ondo NOA trains officials on integrity asset declaration. Lagos SOGON to reduce maternal deaths. Rental business owners chart way forward. And then Niwa boss denies attack claim on Tinubu. Abiru distributes food packs to 12,000 households in Lagos East. And as regards flood in Opewolo, PDP trade blames. We must control illicit arms to defeat terrorism, says Nuhu Ribadu. Lawmaker to ban Seriki Adini of Yewa land. And then let's see if we can touch on some more. Oyo reaffirms commitment to resilient cities. Okay, let's quickly touch on the Guardian newspaper. The Guardian is here with me now. I will touch you if you don't pay tax. Wike tells Abuja wealthy. I will touch you if you don't pay tax. Okay, Canada to expand citizenship by decent beyond first generation. Dangote names refinery road after Tinubu says petrol now 45% cheaper. US to unlock access to $120 trillion capital market opportunities for Nigerian firms. Sanwo-Olu announces arrival of new coaches for Blue Rail Line. And then Nigeria secures strategic bilateral agreements at Entrepreneurship Congress. Air Peace ambassadors pay condolence visit to Chukwu's family. Anambra moves to confiscate premises harboring child beggars. Africa to deepen digital trade integration under AFCFTA. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Up next is Daily Trust. We'll touch on Daily Trust and then the Sun newspaper before we bring in Rufai Oseni. All right? Okay, let's touch on this one. Ede Kabiru, Tinubu, Atiku, governors preach hope and, of course, peace. Yeah, Tinubu, Atiku, preach hope and, of course, peace. End of an era. Life and times of Professor Jubril Aminu is something you might want to read there. Let's give you some more. Victims' families kick as Niger government pardons murder convicts. End of an era. Life and times of Professor Jibril Aminu. Chief Imam urges Muslims not to borrow for Edel Kabir sacrifice. And then Tinubu Atiku governors preach hope and peace. Why Africa's media space is becoming crowded and chaotic, according to an expert. It's becoming crowded and chaotic. Wike, Tinubu is in charge. No cabal in this government. Professor Jibril Aminu dies at 85. End banditry in North or forget 2027 election, Sambo tells Tinubu. And on Hajj, pilgrims defy heat wave, storm Mount Arafat. Pilgrims defy heat wave, storm Mount Arafat. All right, finally we touch on the Sun newspaper. Then we get Rufai Oseni to analyze some of these headlines. Fear in Imo as herdsmen kill 5, abduct 3, take over farmlands. Fear in Imo as herdsmen kill 5, abduct 3, take over farmlands. Eder Kabir Fulbara urges Muslims to embrace sacrifice, unity, and faith. Only Tinubu can lead us to Nigeria of our dreams, says Nyesom Wike. Fear in Imo as herdsmen kill 5, abduct 3, take over farmlands. NEMA takes flood prevention campaign to grassroots. It's a very beautiful one. Afeniferi disclaims mid-term report. PDP begs Peter Obi orders to return to party. Real reason I left Labour Party for APC, Honorable Omeha, Enugu Rep member. Tinubu and politics of empowering Nigerian women is a piece you might want to read. And Northern Forum demands automatic tickets for APC lawmakers in 2027. I am getting fed up. I may leave Nigeria, says Patu Tomi. Niwa boss Oyebamiji disowns attack claims on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Everyone, check your time now. It's 7:20 a.m. Feel free to join the conversation via YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is there for you. Just go there and let's get your view, your take, your observation, your comment, and alongside your query. Yes. YouTube is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Go there and just check us out. Okay? Like I said, you can watch us live, or just in short, type VOP 90.3 FM and you're just right there. Okay, WhatsApp is 081 717 56338. 081 717 56338. Let's now join Rufai Oseni for some analysis of these stories. Stay there.
Right, a couple of stories making the rounds this morning. The very first story is that of the Water Ministry, where they are seeing some budgetary provision to be able to do something in the police station for the Water Ministry. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of budget mismatch, and I must have to say. So when you now see the Water Ministry saddled with responsibility to be able to fix, water situations around the country, and they are now involved in, fixing things around the police stations, you wonder what is happening. How can the Water Ministry budget 600 million to renovate police stations, which is beyond the statutory responsibility? And according to budget document, 200 million has been earmarked, for renovation and furnishing of Savongida Police Station and its own quarters in, Owan West local government area. Another 200 million was budgeted for Fuze Police Station, and all of this is in the budget of the Ministry of Water Resources. And that's why I said, see, if we can streamline our budget effectively, definitely we can make some headway. If we can streamline our budget effectively, definitely we can make some headway. Because over 11,000 projects, and there will still be more that will have been added to various ministries that if we can scrutinize, then we can use for, something a whole lot better. But the budget is bloated, and it just calls for a lot of concern. And former Petroleum Minister and Unimaid Vice Chancellor Jubril Aminu, he's dead. But let's not forget, as we also celebrate him, that you remember the famous case many years ago where they expelled some students, and that was under him, and during one of the student protests known as Ali Must Go, an agitation against the Minister of Education, Ahmadu Ali, most of some students were expelled under Aminu's leadership as Vice Chancellor. Although the University Senate eventually recalled people like, Ojus Okalu, he refused to return unless his expelled colleagues were reinstated. When the university refused, Kalu moved on with his life. Ojus Okalu was one of those that said, sent his condolences to Aminu at his passing. But in February 1986, the Supreme Court of Nigeria ruled in the case of Mr. Yusuf Amuda Garba and others of the University of Maiduguri. The appellants were students at the university, one of whom was Garba, who had been expelled following protests involving around 500 students. The expulsion was based on an investigative panel. The late legal luminary, Ganifa Remi, took up the case up to the Supreme Court, and his case was decided in favor of the students. So a lot of people will say, yes, Rufai, the man has passed. Why are we talking about this? But maybe we just have to put this in its context. We thank him for his service to the nation, but we can't also forget, all that happened. Barka de Salah to all our Muslim brothers. There's a hike in the price of ram, over 55% hike. All of this also because of the inflation we've been talking about, and many things that is happening in the country, the state of the economy in general, which we have been complaining about. So these are things we keep pointing out there as much as possible. Olabode George has asked Wike to reflect on the transient nature of power and life. He was speaking and he condemned recent remarks of the FCT, minister, asserting that the PDP did not shape his political career. George described Wike's statement as disgusting abomination, and he emphasized that the PDP is a strong and enduring political party likened to an Iroko tree. He said the comment of the young man, who is the same age as his first son, to him is disgusting. But with due respect, let's call a spade a spade. You see, when we were speaking then, when the Olabode George were supporting Wike, when he started throwing his tantrums because he didn't get the PDP ticket, maybe we told us Olabode George then, when they were against Atiku and they were on Wike's side, rather than all of them come together and do what is needful for the party. We're speaking then that a man that treats other people in a certain way, you think you are immune. When it comes to you, he will also treat you in that way. And that's exactly what is panning out. The other day, because Olabode George criticized Chief Bode George, criticized Wiki, he was so quick to say, you two, you have not paid the land use charge in Abuja,
Yes, no.
or ground rent in Abuja. Your number is number 3,509 on the list, berating the man. But you see, when they were indulging him then, we kept on telling them that it is good we call a spade in life, or else we will not be able to move further. So the truth has to be said. When we look at the case of the state of play of all Nigerian politicians, sometimes when they are fighting, don't put your might in their fight, because when they are in unity, it's not good to put their, your mouth in their fight. Other couple of other stories are making the rounds. We're going to go to sports today, and then we're going to talk some sports. Roland Garros, that is great business end right about now. We've got games that were played yesterday, and we're going to be giving, the updates. There's also the men's game, which we now know already know the semi-final pairings. The final is going to be up across over the weekend, where you have the likes of Musetti will be taking on Alcaraz, and Djokovic will be taking on Sinner right there at the Roland Garros games. 2 years of Tinubu, no gains but more suffering and hardship. That's what the NLC is saying today. And the truth is not far off from what everybody has been saying. It's not far off what a faction of Afenifere was saying, that it's just a lot of pain and hardship in the economy. Uh, Joe Ajero stated that there's nothing to celebrate. According to him, when Tinubu took office, he promised bold fiscal reforms, but 2 years later, the only thing that is bolder than the rhetoric is the magnitude of suffering. He said the sudden removal of fuel subsidies sends shockwaves to our already fragile economy, prices skyrocketing. He said what makes it even more frustrating is that we've seen the script before: subsidy removal, devaluation, IMF approval, austerity. Each time sold as a bitter pill Nigeria must swallow for a brighter future, but it doesn't work. I mean, we saw that in the 80s with SAP. That was how they told us that, devalue your currency, and to find its level at 3 naira to 1, do SFEM. We'll be able to stabilize, but things never stabilized. In fact, it got worse and worse off and worse off. So, he also talked about the promised dialogue with labor unions have been replaced with intimidation and violence. I'm pretty much sure that's why we're not hearing a lot of things from the labor unions again, because there's been lots of intimidation and violence. He said economic performance can only be measured by how the citizens feel, and the citizens are not feeling any better. And that's the sad reality. Insecurity is on the highest of high. Boko Haram insurgency, insecurity in Benue and some other parts like that. Workers' rights is another thing. He said just 7 countries now have the top rating of 1 for respect for their workers, compared to 51 or 1 in 1 or 3 or 5 ratings. So these are many things that he complained about. All of this is just about the fact that things are not well, when it comes to the administration of, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the state of play of the economy. The labor union also accused the president and said, there's a lot of insecurity. I think all of this feedback is for the president to be able to take it in the stride. There's no how you will be as a leader. People will not criticize you. And that's just it. So the earlier, the better. So the death of Marcus removes shine from the killing of 4 kidnappers. So despite the successes recorded by the police in Abraka with the killing of 4 suspects, there was wailing across Ethiopia East the same day when the news went round, as kidnappers also murdered one Marcus. Samuel Edafe was among those who protested fiercely but peacefully against the incessant kidnapping in the university. His death dawned the celebration that greeted the victory, led by the DPO of Abraka in collaboration with some local vigilante. They gathered that Marcus was on his way back from where he had gone to discuss issues around land sales, where the kidnappers snatched him and all that was later heard that he was dead. A source in Abraka is saying the state commander has confirmed the killing of four suspected kidnappers barely hours after. And you see, it has to be said, a lot more work needs to be done in Abraka to be able to rid them of kidnappers and all of that. You know, courts is to deliver a judgment in scavengers and beggars 500 million suit against Wike. There's been a lawsuit filed by some vulnerable FCT residents, you know, against judgment Yisom Wike. There's a motion to fix the date after the council to replace Adamu Mohammed, who appeared for the minister, and defense lawyer B. Dakos, who appeared for the ministers, adopted their processes and argued for the case for and against. And Mr. E.G. Orubo appeared for the Department of State Security (DSS). At the news agency of Nigeria reported that the aggrieved residents, through a lawyer, Abba Akimi, had sued Wike and Inspector General of Police as a first and second respondent, demanding 500 million in damages over alleged breach of their fundamental human rights. Ekima, who is an applicant, joined the Director General of DSS and the third and fourth, sixth respondents in the suit marked FHC ABJCS 1749-2024, dated November 19, 2024. Let's see, you know, how that pans out in the coming days and coming hours. So pretty much some people are now saying that there's nothing wrong if Fubara joins APC. That's what President of Ijon Nation, Begami Okaba, says, you know. Anyway, it just shows that Fubara has been put to one corner, has been bullied, and has been put down. And that's the sad reality of our politics. Okaba made this appearance, you know, on television when he was speaking. At this point, said we must be realistic and we must have an understanding. And we operate in malutocracy. We don't have political parties anymore, but platforms for political contestations. So is that the reason why everybody should succumb to the people in power rather than having a viable opposition? The same Tinubu we celebrate today, if he had not stood firm as viable opposition and everybody followed the wave there, now follow Segun Obasanjo, are we going to say we have anything to be able to celebrate today? You know, so I mean, let us look at these matters and let us look at them effectively so that we can have a country that will truly stand the test of time. And we are still waiting for the Ministry of, and I can also confirm some things to you as regards the coastal road. I'm not sure it's been open to vehicular traffic because I passed in front of it yesterday. I just saw 2 military men in front of it at a post. There was still a tag and there was still some things to block the road. There was still some like big boulders put on to block the road. Secondly, we are still waiting for the Ministry of Works to react to the video, you know, has been making the rounds about the coastal road and the investigative journalists of Objective Media that said the road was not up to the 30 kilometers. We must be able to get to the end of that and see what is really going on there, and so that we can, you know, be able to build viable conversations around that and know what is going on and hold people accountable in all regard and no ramification. That's just it. So, and there are many other stories making the rounds. Naira gains as against dollar as it approaches 1,605 at black market. Trump eyes premium 1,000 US visa interview slot for faster B1 B2 access. These are some of the things Trump is using to monetize. 30 Cents has unveiled Immortal AI, Africa's biggest data intelligence platform. These are some of the things that are making the rounds also on the business states. And PalmPay is ranked top fintech and number 2 overall in fastest growing companies list of 2025. There's some of the stories making the rounds right here.
Okay. Rufai Hosseini, I want to say thank you, and thank you so much. I do appreciate you. God bless you.
To sports roundup.
Okay.
Finally, Louis Beson's journey finally ended. Coco Golf did beat her in 2 straight sets. And Sabalenka did beat Iga Swiatek. So it's going to be a final of Coco Golf and Sabalenka, pretty much a replica of a US Open final a couple of years ago. And tomorrow, we'll be seeing the games, other games in Roland Garros. There's going to be dealing. We're going to be talking about Musetti taking on Alcaraz and Sinner taking on Djokovic to be able to know who's going to be there in the men's final. So that's just some quick updates.
Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Today we'll have a whole lot to talk about. Everyone, don't worry, you have the time to talk back, okay? Let's go on this very, very short break. I will return just right now, and then we start talking. Stay there, don't go nowhere.
Let's enjoy this happy day. Eid Mubarak, come on, let's celebrate.
It's a season of joy, sacrifice, and celebration. On behalf of the officers of the Nigeria Customs Service, the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeni, MFR, wishes all Muslim faithful a peaceful and blessed Eid al-Adha. As you celebrate, remember obedience, fairness, and unity. Keep our nation strong. Stay compliant, trade right, and let's build Nigeria together. Eid Mubarak. Eid Mubarak from the Nigeria Customs Service.
Eid Mubarak, come on, let's celebrate. Let's celebrate.
All right, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. We're back. Okay. I have with me, joining me on the phone this morning is Frank Ayala. Frank Ayala is joining us this morning and is going to be analyzing some of these headlines. Good morning to you, Frank. Okay. I'm not sure they can hear you. Hello, Frank.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, beautiful. We can hear you now.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Yeah.
Yes, good morning.
It's a pleasure being here again this morning.
Yeah, Barka de Salah to you.
Same to you, my brother.
Anambra State chapter of the PDP has appealed to the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 election, Peter Obi, to return to the party. You know, you recall that Obi defected to LP when he felt he could not achieve his presidential ambition within the PDP's fold. You know, the PDP made the appeal following the enlarged meeting of the State Executive Committee, SEC, to review the state of the party and chart a way forward in Oka, just yesterday. PDP is begging Peter Obi to return to the PDP. Come back home and let's have a stronger and a formidable force to tackle, the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Your comment on that?
Yes, I will rather join the group to beg Peter Obi to come back home, because without a larger platform like PDP, Peter Obi might not be able to actualize his dream or becoming the president of the country. And if that happens, most people hope is going to be dashed. Why? Peter Obi left PDP to Labour because of some powerful people influence there. People like INEC Weke, who was bent in destroying the nation. Then, and the APC candidate there, which is our president now, saw the loophole and capitalizing, overhyping the obedient movement. APC were the one hyping the obedience movement just to destroy PDP from the southeast. So if they are saying Peter Obi should come back, for me it's a good move. It's encouraged. And I will support that move. For me, that's my submission on that. It's a very good call. It's a very good appeal, and I will join the people that are appealing. Because why did I do that?
Okay.
We need a strong opposition today to checkmate the essence of this current government. I've never seen where a president will go and commission 5 kilometers of a project that's supposed to sling over 700 kilometers. They've done about less than about 4.7%, and it was commissioned with a fanfare, guarding themselves in one hall, celebrating themselves and setting exam and marking themselves. I've never seen this kind of impunity. So Peter Obi should go back to PDP and let's see what happens in the next election. Because Nigeria need an alternative. We can't be a one-party system. Nigeria need a very strong alternative.
Okay.
So I joined those people to appeal to Peter Obi.
Should we now put aside the reason why Peter Obi left the party?
First, what was the reason? Peter Obi also felt it is the turn of the Easterners. He felt so. And two, the issue that make him to leave that time, those issues are gradually be dealt with. What were the issue? The influence of West Wike. The issue of it must be a son of a Southerner. Those issues have been dealt with. We are no more talking of issue of a Southerner is already there now. Am I correct? Everybody knows the side Wike belongs to. That same issue was one that took David Umahi, the current minister of works, out. That's an issue. We are the one that took Ben Ayande out. But those issues, I believe, we are about 80%. They about 80% dealt with those issues now. Nobody talking of South and North now. Everybody talking of good government, competency. Who is that person that's going to give us the drive? So I joined those to appeal to Peter Obi to reconsider their appeal and go back home.
The likes of Wike, let's talk about Wike. Wike is still in the party. In fact, the PDP has not been able to do anything. I recall Fred Fish yesterday was saying that the PDP should, as a matter of fact, tell Wike to leave the party immediately. Suspend him immediately, but now the party has not been able to do anything. In fact, Wike came out to say, there is nobody that can. And it's like that. It's as if the power is with him. Wike.
Judy, you know, when you see snake and you kill the snake, cut off his head, it might still be wing his tail. That does not mean he's alive. Wike structure in PDP is gone.
Are you sure?
If there will be election today, even with the rigging machine, Wike can only Rivers State. When last we hear about the G5? Wike were powerful because it was controlling the resources of the north or the south of the Port Harcourt. Otton was following because Otton was controlling the resources. Ikeazu were following him. Ugwai from Enugu was there because they were sitting governor. When last do you hear the G5? The only man standing in the G5 now is the Makinde, who have also come to realize that Wike is not person to follow. You will see the rancor between two of them already. Why is Wike pulling out? See, Jude, do you know there was an agreement? Some PDP people we also need to warn, because those parties does not belong to anybody. Jude, are you aware? I see a court to you that PDP is the only party in Nigeria. If Peter Obi should leave Labour today, Labour is gone. Are you aware that? Do you remember that there was a time Saraki of this world, Kwakwanso of this world, Atiku of this world, Rufai of this world, Boraje of this world, they left PDP, including Tamawa. They left PDP, but they couldn't survive in APC. They came back. If Tinubu should leave APC today, APC is gone.
Okay.
That is why we are saying the only party in Nigeria today, PDP is not built around one person. It's not one person that sponsors PDP. That's why today, with all the trouble that they went through since 2015, they are still struggling, they are still surviving. So, Wike influence in PDP have reduced more than 90%. Why did I say so? Let Wike openly today talk anything about Tinubu, whether Wike will survive. If you kick Wike out of ministerial list now, that structure Wike can even win local government chairman. So Wike is no more a factor in PDP. Rather, Wike is going to be struggling to remain relevant in PDP. If not for the state of emergency that happened in Rivers State, do you think Wike should still be talking? If not that Supreme Court unturned the local government election that produced APP, will Wike still be talking? So Wike is no more a factor in PDP. So those issues that took Peter Obi out, that took David Umahi out, that took likes of Ben Ayande and some other political big wins out of PDP, those issues have been dealt with Wike fading away. So Wike is no more a factor. They don't even need to discuss Wike.
So are you saying that Wike doesn't have any hold whatsoever on the PDP?
For now, I said the influence of Wike have dropped down to about 95%. So we can still give it that 5% because he has have a lot of idle money to play around with.
Okay.
He'll be able to entrench. He'll be able to enthrone some legal professionals like a Court of Appeal. Wife is there. Those are the influence. I still give it that 5%. If not, Wike is no more a factor to reckon with.
Professor Patu Tomi came out yesterday speaking. He was expressing his frustration over alleged attempts to silence him, saying he may leave the country. He said that yesterday. You know, you remember he had announced the formation of a shadow government, right? Recently, you know, he became a target of the DSS with the security agency, filing a suit against him. You know, he was speaking. He was speaking. He said, "I am getting fed up with all of this. If they are ready to shut my voice, I am ready to go to Ghana or anywhere else and live peacefully. Peacefully." These are persons who want to at least support the PDP to still get to power. And a couple of them are getting tired because the oppression, according to them, is getting too much. What do you think?
Judy, in as much as I'm not in support of the failure of this government, in as much as I'm not in the failure of the colossal failure, the Olympic failure of this government, in our law, there is nothing like shadow government, nothing like shadow cabinet. If we must fight to remove this, to unseat this government or to checkmate this government, we must do that within the ambience of the law. And we are not a banana republic. In our law, there is no room for shadow government.
Oh, really?
But Tomin has a platform in the media. He should continue to use his media. Shouldn't deceive Nigerians. We are law-abiding citizens. American constitution accommodate shadow cabinet. Who will fund the shadow cabinet? To sit down in the media and be talking, is that the shadow cabinet? Who will fund them? On which platform will they be funded? So you already have the media. You already have a platform in the media. He can use that one to checkmate the government and bring their shortcoming to the light. Let Nigeria know what is going on. Not to form a shadow cabinet.
But you remember APC once said that they will make a particular government ungovernable.
Yeah, they said they will make Jonathan government ungovernable. Those coalition was headed by this current president. But it was not a shadow government. They control some states which were funding them. Like Lagos State. Then Oyo State, Ajumobi. That's what earned Ajumobi to become the national deputy chairman of APC. May he so rest in peace. Fahemi, you're there. Alegbeshola, who said we do not believe in good government, we do not believe in good luck, we believe in good government. But there was no shadow government. There was just opposition doing using their own influence in the state to give people there as they think a good government that create a platform to say, okay, if we can do it in this state, we can do it like this. It was said by this current president. And it was finally weaponized by Lai Mohammed, our then Minister of Communication and Information. So in our Abu, there is not like shadow cabinet. The room always says the media should hold the government accountable on behalf of the people. So it should go to the law. We don't want it to relocate to Ghana. It should say yeah. Because he was part of those people that campaigned for Buhari to bring APC on board. Did he form a shadow government that time?
And then to the other side of this coin, it is time to go, time to move. Akwa Ibom governor, he's speaking on defecting from PDP to APC. In his words, he hinted on dumping the PDP for the APC. He said that yesterday. He is ready to go. In his words, time to move.
He has gone very long ago. In short, Pastor Eno of Akwa Ibom left PDP. The spirit left PDP. The spirit and soul left PDP over 8 or 9 months ago, or to about a year plus ago, when the relationship become very close with Akpabio. You remember? So he has long gone. He should go. The governor does not hold the vote of the South. Akpabio left the uncommon transformators. You remember his nickname? The uncommon transformator there. Do you remember his nickname there? When he left PDP, what happened to him?
Okay.
He's struggling. So there are some states that PDP is like a religion. States like Delta, states like River, states like Bayelsa, states like Akwa Ibom, state like Cross River. PDP is a religion. It's a religion. So the governor is just a single entity in that religion house.
I thought you wanted to mention Edo State.
No, Edo State is in and out. Either of the two. Edo does not belong to a political party. Edo vote individual. Depends on who come on board, and person they feel you can give them the desired result. Edo is not a party. It's not a PDP state. It's not a APC state. It's swing. Like Oyo is a PDP state. But you can't say such a thing Ogun. You can't say such a thing Osun. It's swing. They look at individual. Also in Ekiti is not a PDP, it's not APC. It can swing. Depends on how in Ekiti depends on the person who's coming for presidency. Which influence did he have on their leaders? How much can he bring? Ekiti will always say their vote. That's why their vote is always the first to be announced. Before 12 o'clock, they've announced their result. He confirmed to that fact that he agreed for them to swing PDP vote in the last 2023 election because Article did not align with the constitution of the party. They were all deceiving themselves. What was the constitution of the party?
Okay, let me quote what Pastor Eno has said. He said, "We are progressively moving towards linking Akwa Ibom to the center." I think that is, for him, that's the big deal. And he said, "And I know you are going with us." Yes, you are going with us. So we can connect to the center. We thank you for your support. We have gone round to consult, and so we have done enough consultation. The time has come that we will move, and we will move to where God is leading us. Those are his words exactly.
Yes.
Taking Akwa Ibom to the center.
I'm robber that go to rob today have a reason to go and rob. The banditry has a reason for what they are doing. If you ask them where. Every human being has a reason for taking a move. But the move is one. Emmanuel Ludo, the then former Akwa Ibom State governor, does he connect Akwa Ibom to center for him to do what he did? Today, whether I would like it or not, that is the only stop national that has an airline that is effectively being run. He didn't connect to the center to do it. All of us will know his projects. What has he not done for 2 years? These are incompetent people who have nothing to offer. Who is looking for somebody that will rig election for them, that will support their rigging machine? It should tell me who central does Emmanuel Ludo connected to for him to do what he's doing. Who center did the wicked? This say wicked. All he did in Rivers say, who center did he connect to? What they are doing at Akwa Ibom? Who center did they connect to? Oyo, is he connected to center? So you should keep those are reasons for the people, those are reasons for the gullible Nigeria like him. And the ironic part of it, he said he's a pastor. Coming out to lie. When his wife died, may her soul rest in peace. People expect to get married. He said he's not going to marry, he's not going to marry second wife. This man officially enthroned daughter to office of first lady. Did the constitution recognize office of first lady? These are criminals. These are people that are lying and deceiving Nigerians, and Nigerians are clapping for them. Because HPC is looking for numbers to get validation for their incompetency and Olympic failure. They are celebrating them. So, my brother, it should go. But Nigeria need a very, very valid opposition. That's not to say PDP should not reconcile their differences and come out with a high value quality criticism that makes sense, that create an alternative for Nigerians. So what PDP is also doing so far, they've not been able to convince Nigerians that they have better alternatives. That's why they are looking for coalitions.
Okay, let's move to...
It should go.
Okay, let's move to some of the headlines now quickly. A Northern elder and, of course, public affairs commentator Alhaji Dabo Sambo has called on the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to, as a matter of urgency, confront the growing insecurity and banditry in the North. He warned that the President, that it could significantly cut his chances of re-election in 2027 should he not do so. In fact, in his words, he said that Tinubu is risking losing 2027 election like Jonathan if he does not fight the insecurity in the North. What you have to say as regards that comment?
Judy, just as I have also described Wiki, I'm also going to describe the Northern Elder Forum on what this our elder statement have just said. How Jonathan did all the best he could for the North. Jonathan was never accused of nepotism. Jonathan never did that. Jonathan upheld to the national to the law that says federal character. But when the North needed power, they decided to aggravate the insecurity. Because even the Buhari once said a fight against Boko Haram is a fight against the Allah. The current Sudan of Sokoto, our respected traditional ruler, he said fighting Boko Haram is fighting God, fighting Allah. So, if person from that region is now coming to tell us, when Rufai, when he was a city governor, said loud and clear that they went to settle the banditry to stop killing their people. Do you settle people that you do not know? Article 1 said they will make this government 2011. They will make government ungovernable. What is that time? This security has become part of the northern agenda. So if Tinubu, no matter what Tinubu do now, do they please note it. If you watch the North, any government that they don't want to get, within 2 years of that government, the insecurity will spark up.
Okay.
Who is doing this security? Is it me that come from me that is talking so? The 400 names they release, that's where I'm also put the blame on Tinubu's table. The 400 names they released from the Dubai, Emirates, when there's J6 of them there. What did Malami told us? That is a confidential issue that they are working on it. So we are not still working on it for the past 6 years. Am I the one that is sponsoring the banditry? So they not know what they are doing. So it's a game just to look for a corner, just to like when they say if you want to kill a dog, if you want to kill a dog, small dog, give him a big name. So they're going to anchor their desire on insecurity and the poverty of the people. How? As we speak today, poverty is on the roof, flying to the sky. Judy, please, we are on a mood of celebration. Now go and price one ram. You will see those small things, they say 250. Do you know why did Obasanjo support the removal of Akadibo? because Akadibo bought a ram for 600,000. Today we are buying the same ram now, so ram are going for 1.5 million. Are you aware?
No, of course.
If you do cow, when I did my mommy's burial, I bought a cow for 1,150,000. Cow during Jonathan, the biggest cow was around 80,000. The biggest. If you buy a cow for 100,000, that is a big one. But today, go and see those cows that look sick. They are talking about 3 million, 4 million. So this government is a Olympic failure. Let me use that word. I don't think there's any government in the world that can fail below what Tinubu has failed. So Tinubu is already facing the opposition in terms of the masses of the people, the masses. So one person cannot sit down and say he should go and feed the insecurity of the north. Insecurity have always been there. It's just that they are escalating it to give Tinubu a bad name. And the young man is walking into it. He don't care. So I align with the man.
Okay.
Everybody wants to have a reason to do with the opposition. The North have already made up their mind on what they want. They have said very loud and clear that democracy under Tinubu by the next 2 years will be 28 years. The North is serving only 11 years. And the South have taken 17 years that they will not continue. And if you look at the argument, if you look at the narrative, for me it's true.
Okay.
It's true. Even the South that have ruled us, what do we get from it? Minus Jonathan and Tinubu and Obasanjo. Look at Tinubu today that people believe he's going to perform wonder. Look at it today. People are pulling out from schools. People can no longer travel by road. It becomes very clear. Violation of the law everywhere. Look at an IG that's supposed to have gone. We extended the tenure against the civil service rule. Impunity everywhere. You have the power to remove an elected governor. Impunity. So it's a failure already. We don't even need somebody to tell us security before they vote him out.
Okay.
Thank you. That's my submission on that.
You know, before I let you go, just one more. We have a whole lot to talk about. I wish we have a whole time, for us. Nigerians are thinking, how do they get their votes count in 2027? How do they, what can anyone do to make sure their votes are counted? Now, they're talking about electoral reforms. Nobody is even going there at all. And I'm not sure there's going to be any form of reform. I don't know if there's going to be any form of reform. But now, it's all about votes. Getting our votes count. I don't know if you want to comment on that quickly. Advising Nigerians on what to do
Judy,
and how to go about it.
Judy,
Yeah?
the only two solutions to our problem is electoral reform, constitutional review, and electoral reform. If actually we are one country, we can't have a penal code in our law and have a criminal code. This is what we expect to do when we were talking of restructuring. Electoral reform is as good as yesterday. We need to do it because electoral transmission of results need to be recognized by the law. It shouldn't be subject to INEC will. That's why. Do you listen to an interview? Between the leader of WAEC in Nigeria? That people were doing exam in 11 o'clock, 11:30 in the night.
Yeah.
And that guy, I've seen all resign as we speak. Do we need electoral reform for him to resign? That children, they ask him, that when you write your WAEC, what was the highest time? He said within 4 and 5. And people are now writing exam for 11 o'clock. And somebody, look at what happened in JAM. Technical glitch. That is the new law they've introduced. Yakubu have introduced. So everywhere now is technical glitch. That technical glitch in electronics, technical glitch in logistics, technical glitch in our thinking. So what do we need to get the people vote count? Is for the people to hold the government accountable. We should all come out. Time to collect those small 10,000 is over. Because when you collect from them, you cannot protest against them. Then again, the law specifies the rule. If you want to engage the government, there's a rule. So let's go and study the rule and engage the government appropriately. Without the people, the government does not exist. So that's my submission for that. Electoral reform, yes. Constitutional review, yes. But not under this Akpabio. He has a He has moral deficit. Akpabio, this current government cannot do it.
Frank Ayala, thank you. I have to let
Thank
you
you
go
very
now
much.
because of our time.
Thank you,
It was
Judy.
quite
Have a nice
insightful.
day.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Yeah. It's your turn to have a say right now. Yes. You can call in and talk to us. It is today is Friday, and of course, it's Voice of the People 90.3 FM. In case you're just tuning in, my name is Jude Ikami Jude. Baraka de Salah to all Muslim faithfuls once again. And then to call in into the show this morning, 0700 903 903 903. Yeah, that's the number. 0700 903 903 903. Like I said, WhatsApp, you can go drop a message for me, 081 717 56338. Again, 081 717 56338. That's a WhatsApp number. Okay? Now, move away from your radio set or turn down the volume. Just about 60 seconds or less than 60 seconds for everyone. I mean it, 60 seconds for everyone because of our time. Mind what to say on the national radio. In other words, be very, very civil. Is that fine? Thank you so much. Let's come here. Good morning to you. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Kami Jude, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning to you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. My name is Peter Omonse from Shogolo.
Good morning.
Yeah. Olympic failure, colossal failure, whatever. You know, Tinubu is describing Dangote, and I think another person said there are 4 wise men. Kami Jude, what is the opposite of wiseness? Do you remember in the primary school, secondary school, what's an opposite? What is the opposite of being wise? Any idea? Or I should say it.
Please say, go ahead. Just go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Okay. Opposite of wiseness is foolishness. So if Dangote and 3 other people are called 4 wise men by Tinubu, so I can say Tinubu, Akpabio, and the man in the other assembly, and then all the people around him are the opposite. I don't want to call the name. For Umoino, or what is his name? That governor of Akwa Ibom State, whatever he is. Let him go where he wants to go. In fact, I'm happy for the man that just talked now, that all the people that are making waves in their state, they are not connected to the center. As their state man, is he connected to the center? When people fail, he's not going with Akwa Ibom people. I'm from Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom people are PDP. Though I'm not a member of a PDP or any party. The point remains that when people want to run away and go and hide under a party that have all kinds of criminals that we have been told by Obasanjo, by Akiemi, then they run to that place. Let them go there. I want to warn Akwa Ibom. They say terrorists kill, herdsmen kill 5 people in Imo State. Imo State is very close to Akwa Ibom. They should not export terrorists to Akwa Ibom State because it's like,
all right.
My thinking is like, once you join FCC, your sins are not
Thank
only
you.
forgiven, you have your own share of the terrorists. It's like they are sharing them. Akwa Ibom people, they want to import terrorists into Akwa Ibom because if you don't
Thank you.
remember on first day, he will collect his own terrorists, so he will collect his own herdsmen. No. We don't want that in Akwa Ibom State. And finally, sir, Dangote refinery is a colossal investment. So, Nigerian refineries under Tinubu are colossal failure, colossal criminality, and colossal corruption. Can you imagine what Nigeria has become? Tinubu, whether he likes it or not, Nigerians will vote him out. He's going already.
Thank you so much for calling.
All this is just running up and down.
All right.
Shame on them.
Yeah. Thank you so much. All right. Let's get to you now. Good morning to you. What's your name and where you calling from? Good morning. Oh, okay. You call back, I think. You can call back. Good morning here.
Good morning, Kamijide.
Good morning.
Hello, Kamijide.
Good morning.
Please,
I can hear you.
can you just verify this? Since 2016 to now, APC moved ahead to bring in terrorists to enter the nation. And the Tinubu by that time was the co-founder of APC. Can he now come out to Nigeria and use the Ogun or to swear to Nigerians that he doesn't know anything about the terrorists, which they vocally come out to the nation to say that they will make the government of that past day ungovernable. The baboon and the monkey will be dancing in the pool of the blood. And Tinubu now tell us that he doesn't really know the agreement that is guiding within the investors of the terrorists that are now babetting Nigeria with the pools of the innocent blood. And he now come out to explain to us how those guys came out, because he can't even tell us that he doesn't really know how they came in.
All right.
So that they can overthrow the government of that past day. I mean, Tinubu, let him come and explain to us.
All right. Thank you so much. We still have a lot of calls to take and then messages alongside. I told you 1 minute, please, everyone. Just 1 minute or even less than. I'll be happy. Thank you. Good morning here.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Kamigide.
Good morning.
This is Evan.
Okay.
I want to talk about my dear governor, Pastor Noemo, saying that he is ready already. I thought he might have been ready since. So he's still ready. Why is he still telling us that he's still ready? Anyways, I want to let you know that the Great Akwa Ibom State is a PDP state. If by 2027 this electoral reform of a thing, by God's grace, is in favor of we the masses, I promise him that he can never get 1/4 of vote in that state. So there's no point of him coming to tell us that he's going already. Go, let us know. Just go, no problem, just go. But one thing is sure, that he can never win that state come 2027, because we will not vote for any APC. He knows when Akpabio came to APC and he wanted to drag Udom with him. That one said no, he's not going. So he think that this godfatherism, he wanted to use the influence of APC to override the man. But we stand with him. We stood by the man.
Okay.
We said no, that this man, God. Anyways, let us wait till that day, shall.
Thank you.
I swallow my saliva.
Thank you. Appreciate you. 0700 903 903 903. Osi Mural, I see your message. Yeah, Barka de Salah to you too and the members of your family. Okay, let me see if I can read these messages quickly. What's your name now? Okay, please hold on. Good morning to everyone in the studio. Don't lose hope. Tinubu telling Nigerians, and we should sacrifice more. And I'll ask, when will this hope in hopelessness, rulers, and sacrifice come to an end? Okay, I can understand. Maybe the government wants more mass burial in all states of the country so that they will know that we have sacrificed enough, Abi. We gave ourselves light, water, healthcare, education, roads, security, in fact, everything. Is that not enough sacrifice? Mayor, thank you. And then, what's your name now? What did you say? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Let's move on. Let's read some more messages now. Akwa Ibom governor told the crowds it is time to move forward amidst his defection from PDP to APC, and defection from PDP to APC is it only his achievement since he became governor, and shame to him. Leo, thank you so much. And then Osimwaje in Shasha is saying, please advise the FCT minister to avoid reference to heaven falling each time he speaks. He can boast with other things, but leave heaven alone to avoid the wrath of God and heavenly authorities. I pray for the armed forces of Nigeria. May God grant them victory and expose the saboteurs in their fold. Happy Salah to the Nigerian people. Thank you. And then, what's your name? The general is saying, this promise upon promise since 2015 is getting out of hand. Our leaders should do the needful. Illegal mining by foreigners are being aided by our security personnel. Nuhu Ribadu and the NSA is refusing, and I have nothing to offer. Or did you say he's confused? And have nothing to offer, right? Wike should be careful about crossing his boundaries. All right. Can you make use of 1 minute for me? Good morning.
Kamiju, the one of BOP.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. 1 minute.
Kamiju, I have one question to ask you. Please make it clear to me. They says that evil men do. Does he live with them?
You want me to answer that question? Where are you now? Oh, you don't come out. Okay, it's okay. Okay, the evil that men do, live with them and after them. Because it's in the Bible now. God says he's going to punish one from the fourth generation to the third and the fourth generation. So it's with them and after. That's why people should be careful. Whatever you do, you are sowing it at the memory back of your children. Good or bad, you will reap it. If not you, somebody will reap it. That's what it is. Very clear. Okay, let me read some more messages now. Someone is saying, Dangote is saying petrol now cheaper. How much was it when this administration came into power? He is a politician. All what APC has succeeded is to take us backwards. Nelson or Nyesom Wike is a talkative. Happy Salah to our Muslim faithfuls, engineer Lawrence from Igbo Leri. Thank you so much. And then, Imo people, please don't listen to Hope Uzodinma, who has no solution to our issues. As much as you people can fight back and kill these herdsmen, whose main purpose is to take over people's land, instill fear, and be in charge. Obviously, federal government and state government have left us to our fate. UAE government gave federal government names of terrorism sponsors. Till date, they are playing politics with human lives. Chijioke, thank you so much. Williams from Ayobo, thank you for your message. And then, who's that again here? Greetings to you, Jude, and Barika de Salah to my Muslim brothers. Prince Ayotek from Arena Market. In only one condition, will I urge Mr. Peter Obi to go back to PDP. If only he will be the presidential candidate of the party. Wike will reap what he sow in due time. Let them release Mazin Abdikanu. Thank you so much. And Dan, what's your name? Shegun Obadofin from Isheri Oshun, Lagos. Please, you need to enlighten your listeners to be constructive in their criticism. It may take the coalition of a thing. Let me read that again. Amechi was governor of Rivers State for 8 good years. He did a monorail up until now. There is no rail. Okonjo-Iweala was Minister of Finance, saving money for Nigeria for foreign reserves. Amechi was what now? Oh, okay. Hello, good morning to you here. What's your name?
Hello, good morning.
Can we do this just 1 minute? Good morning to you, because of our time.
Good morning, Kamiji.
Yes, talk to us.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, Kamiji, they listen. You see, when you give a cow a long rope, it will hang itself. That's number one. Someone who stole your property, if you invite him to help you look for it, you will never find it. By law, they have to control illicit who is going to control it? Is this Kamiji or him? You should first of all go and collect the one with herdsmen. That's what he's going to do. You see, there are some times when you pray, when God answers the prayer, you never know. You think that God has not answered. You see, all these people, they have gathered together. There was a time I was listening to APC or PDP say they are points of the same but different places. Those who are in APC are moving back now. Those who are in APC are moving back to PDP. Let me tell you, to get Nigeria right and to make Nigeria get secure.
Thank you.
It will be another party that will look into this problem, not APC. I'm telling you, they cannot fight with security.
You didn't tell us where you're calling from. You didn't tell us where you're calling from. Okay, it's fine. AA from Akonjo is saying your guest is just what now? Okay, no vacancy in Aso Rock 2027. It's okay. Let's look at this message. You and pick your calls. We have. I'm surprised. Babo is saying this, but it's just your simple opinion anyway. That's why we are a radio station where we share opinion. About shadow government, did your guest listen to Oshibajo then about setting up a shadow government? Him castigating Patutomi shows he has no single knowledge on the issue. Does he know anything about the law he likes calling? Tia, thank you so much. Friends, I think we have to run now. Okay, let me just quickly read these messages. Mary from Okeafa is saying, if INEC is working for Nigeria, they should have put a strict law that any sitting governor must not leave the party that voted him into office and defect to another party. I blame INEC for everything. Okay? Happy Salah to all my Muslim friends, and may Allah grant all our prayers. Come 2027, we will definitely say no to impunity from HRHBC Nwoko in Oshodi. Temitope Onatoye is saying, can you imagine a statement made by the president giving accolades to Dangote refinery but failed to talk on the nation's refinery which has refused to function optimally after several trillions of naira has been spent, calls for a great concern. If we continue to tolerate a scenario where political leaders will not be accountable for money spent, then the simple interpretation is that the country is going nowhere in terms of growth and delivery of the dividends of democracy to the people that they are meant to serve. Finally, based on the statement made by Nyesom Wike that bad leaders is the reason for the country's underdevelopment, which we all agreed, can he say that the present president is a good leader? God bless Nigeria. Temitope is saying that. Good morning. How can I watch you guys on YouTube live? Not only previous one, I have tried all I could, but can't. Right now, just go type VOP TV. Oh, sorry, VOP live, VOP 90.3 FM live. You will see this one now. Any live conversation, you will just watch it live. Or if you know type live, when you type VOP 90.3 FM, you will see a live one red, what's it called now? Just beneath. It means we are live. It's very simple. It's really very, very simple. Okay? Thank you. I love your program, bro. Tobechuku from Surulere is saying that. Okay. What's your name now? Greg in Ikorodu. Thank you, Greg. Because of our time, okay? I want to tell APC that come 2027, there will be nothing like APC to win the election. Mike from Greenfield Estate, Argo. Thank you so much. And then finally here, Nigeria has been hijacked by evil people. Is it Chidi? Thank you so much, everyone. My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. I love you all so much. And to all Muslim faithfuls, I want to say, Barika de Salah. All right. Barika de Salah to you, and you. All right. And I pray that God will continue to lift this country and bless us. All right. Bless us so much. On Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere, I am IKAMIJUDEH. IKAMIJUDEH. I am Jude. Ikami Jude. I want to give thanks to Allah, but Michael Jackson will help me do that. Everyone, good morning to you.
Give thanks to Allah for the moon and